Okay, good morning, everyone. I want to kind of give you a recap on skyvector.com. So you see the address I have typed in here. Going to the website. When you're there, look at the map. Once again, we're looking at the Great Lakes in this restricted area. I have my mouse over right now. We're going to target that area right there. There it says Sheboygan, but if you look at the description here, it says VOR DME Falls. That's one we want right there. We also want Oshkosh over here, and then we also want the Manitowoc over here. That's the area we're going to focus on those three locators. I'm going to go and get rid of my flight plan right now. Look at my map for my Oshkosh. I'm sorry, the map, but the VOR indicators on the worksheet. I'm going to start at Oshkosh first. Oshkosh right here. So I'm going to click on that green dot. Then I can go ahead and put a pin, which says plan, at the actual VOR. So right there. Then I'm ready to go. I look at the readings. I see about a 6-7 maybe on my heading. So I'm going to look over here for 60. There's 65. 6-7 should be out here somewhere. So I'm just going to right click and say plan a GPS point. Right now, look at my degrees. It says 6-6. That looks pretty close to 6-6. I can try to do 6-7. Just click the white dot, drag it down a little bit further. Once again, say plan that GPS point. It says 6-6. It looks about right according to my indicator on the worksheet. I'm going to leave it there for right now. That's my first leg of my trip, and my first heading. Now to do the other two, I could start over here at Manitowoc and try to figure out where that one crisscrosses. So it's already there. I can go and try that one. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Manitowoc. Now this one, I'm going to go ahead and start at the VOR there also. But remember, this part of the trip I'm not worried about. I'm just using this to get from the end of my first line to that new VOR station. So this part I can ignore right here. The main thing I want to focus on is this part right here from my Oshkosh VOR. Now leaving Manitowoc, it says it's a 269. And that's the from side, so it's gonna be over here on this half of the VOR. There's 27 right there, so this 269 would be just right below that line. So I'm gonna go ahead and go out here somewhere, go ahead and right click and say plan a GPS point, and it is 271, so I'm too high. So I'm gonna bring it down just below the 27 and say go ahead and plan that GPS, and it's 269. So I'm gonna keep this line in mind right here, the 269, and also keep the 66-degree line here. Those are the two I'm worried about and where they intersect. Then once again, I'm out here on my flight plan. I need to get to the Falls VOR. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that and click on the actual VOR. Once again, I'm not worried about this line here. This is just to get me to that VOR station. And for Falls, I'm looking at about a 154 on the 2 side. It's over here on this side. The 15 is. I don't want to worry about that one. I want to worry about over here on this side of it. So if I do the reciprocal should be about a 334. So here's 33 right there. 334 be right below 335. So I can go ahead and kind of come out this direction. Once again, right click, drop a GPS pin, and then it says 33. I'm going to do 334. So I'll drag the little white dot. Excuse me. I'm at 335, so I'm a little high right there. So I'm going to try to bring it back down to about 334. Try that, 334. And once again, like I was saying in class the other day, I'm going to zoom in, and my map is cut off again. This should say Potter. They triangulate about there. Once again, more about this line here, this line that I just created, and this line coming over here from the Manitowoc VOR. And they should converge somewhere around Potter. You see the dot and the ER for it on my screen. So that's how I know where I am. I can go to the flight plan, and they are all listed. If they're not listed, use this toggle button to go in between. So I toggle it, go to my list, and it shows all my ones that I want, or that I clicked on and created. And so on your map, on page 3 then, you can use map colors, or I would suggest use map colors and a ruler, and just draw the lines that you need to show that your points all converge over Potter. The map's kind of hard to read looking right now, and Potter is visible on this map, so you should be able to pick out Potter on that. We did go over it in class, but I want to go over that one more time and show you how to use SkyVector again. I'm going to go ahead now. That was number 1. Number 2, I'm going to erase it all these spots and back up. So I hit the delete button, all these, to get rid of these lines. What I want to do is set up number 3, and we started doing that in class also with the triangle. And I wanted to show you how to get the actual reading, because we're going from Falls VOR DME to Potter, which is the answer number 2. So I'm going to zoom out for a second. Here's my Falls. I'm going to drop a pin right there. So click on it, do the VOR DME, then go find Potter again, which should be right about there according to this map. Right click and then just drop a GPS pin there. I'm going to zoom in to see how accurate I am. I'm pretty close. Get a little more accurate right there. They plan that one. That looks pretty much on the dot that says Potter. Notice on this one, it shows 24 nautical miles. That's not the most accurate reading right there. If I go back to my flight plan right here, it shows 23.9 nautical miles. So that's going to be the base of my triangle. I helped set up the altitude on that one in class. And then, of course, you would do Pythagorean theorem. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared on that. And then that would give you your hypotenuse. And that's what we want, is your hypotenuse. That is the slant range that the VOR DME measures. So that'll be your answer for number 3. Okay. Zoom back out. There's my 3 VORs again. For number 4, they want you to plot position of aircraft displaying the VOR readings on the Chicago sectional map on the following page. Use a pencil and a ruler. So once again, you're going to draw this on page 3 on the map like you did for Potter with those 3 VORs. This time I'm going to go ahead and erase my one here from Falls. They have one from Falls, and it is showing about a 295 on the from side, or a 115 on the to side if you want to do the reciprocal of it. So if I'm already on the because I'm reading between Oshkosh and Falls, so I'm reading between these two. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the 295 and do it from on the from side. So I'll be on this half of the VOR. So I'm going to go, there's 300s, 295 should be down here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go out, way out, drop a pin, kind of get an idea of what I'm shooting for. This other way so you can see what I'm doing. Grab that. I'm looking for the 295, so it should be right about there. And say plan that one. 297, that's way too high. And then go down about there, try that. And 296, still too high. And try that. 294, now I'm too low. Okay, well, don't know why it's being so picky on me. And 295, there we go. So this is 295 for the Falls VOR DME, the one on the right. Now for Oshkosh, if I was to look at this one, they basically want me to drop a pin here, and on the Oshkosh there's some on the to side of 292, which is going to be, the 292 is over here on this side. But once again, I'm trying to shoot in between Oshkosh and Falls, so I want to use the reciprocal, which is going to be about 112. 112. Well, here's 111 already labeled out for me. So it looks like pretty much, if I even drop a pin right here, and then try to drop another pin out here for the 112, right now I'm at 105. I'm going to try to bring it down, see what that one, hello email, see what that one shows. There's 111, so I need to go a little bit further. Try that one, and there's my 111 still. Try a little bit further. Try that one, and 112. And if you look, pretty much all they're doing is just drawing a line straight in between Oshkosh and Falls. That's all you need to do on yours. Obviously, once again, the other lines were there to help get me to the VORs. The main two I'm worried about pretty much overlap each other. So on your map on page 3, then you're going to draw that line there. Once you use map colors and a ruler. But I want you to lay it out here and practice using the sky vector, because you will need this for your other problems. Number 5, they want you to find Dundee. Dundee, if you look at Falls right here in this part of the screen, Dundee is just kind of the bottom left corner of the screen right here, or bottom left from that Falls. There's Dundee right there. So you try to figure out what the reading would be, and you can do to or from. It's your choice. I will accept both answers. So there's, once again, you want to lay a pin at Falls, and then just drop one on Dundee and see what that reading comes out to for you. And that one you just label on number 5 on that one. You don't have to label it on the map. It would be a good thing though to mark Dundee on the map, just on the page 3, so you know where you're at. And then on number 3 of the conclusion questions, that one you're going to handle just like you did on number 3 of the regular questions, drawing that triangle again, worrying about your altitude, the ground elevation, so you have mean sea level, and then you're 740 feet above ground level, or I'm sorry, above sea level. So when you'll do the triangle again. The Howard's Grove, that one's a little bit harder to find, and you're actually very, very close to the Falls VOR. If you look here on the screen, here's Falls, and then here is Howard's Grove right there. So that's the one you want to target on, is Howard's Grove right there. And you'll want to connect a dot from Falls to Howard's Grove, and that'll give you the distance like we did for number 3 earlier. In nautical miles, make sure you use your flight plan up here to get the more accurate distance in nautical miles. Do Pythagorean theorem, and then you should have that one answered, or get that a distance, and then answer number 3 when it asks how accurate would your DME reading be if you're flying 5,500 feet above Howard's Grove. And then your math that you do to get your slant range will tell you how accurate that is, and you can answer that question. Make sure everything's done and filled out. If you have any questions, please see Abby. I went over this with her Friday afternoon at the end of 4th block. So she knows everything, can teach you what you need to know or answer any questions. Once you finish 1 through 1, make sure your name is on it, throw it in the tray. And then there's also a quiz, 1.3 radio navigation. It's not a quiz, it's just a minor grade, but please go ahead and work on that. If you have any questions, once again, see Abby. She'll be glad to answer your questions. And then turn that in. And that hopefully will take you most of the class time and get both those turned in. If you have any questions, ask Abby or email me or text me through the Remind app. And I will see you on Thursday. Okay? Thank you very much.